While pike can be one of the most aggressive of all fish, they also become downright sullen at times, especially once the season wears on and they've seen just about everything in the seasoned angler's arsenal. Here's one of our proven approaches for tough times.
There's one.
I just kind of got a good look at her. She's big.
Yeah, that is definitely what we were looking for to start today.
Great fish. Great fish. Big girl. Oh, great fish, Steve.
Oh, geez, what a fish, huh, Shane?
Yeah, that is a great fish right there.
That is what we wanted
Look
to
at that
start
fish.
today. I don't know how we're going to top it,
I don't
but
know.
that's
It's
a
gonna
good
be
way to
tough now.
start. Oh, I love this.
What a beauty.
Definitely.
Ooh, she's
Wow.
heavy. I'm shaking.
It looks heavy, yeah.
Oof.
My knees were shaking the first time I saw it flash 30 feet from the boat. Well, let's get 5 or 6 more and we'll call her done.
No problem. I'll put her back and get another one.
Absolutely. Wow, what a fish.
See you, girl. Nice work, Steve.
Absolutely.
That is the way to start the morning. Holy moly.
The fly doesn't look like much, but I think I can get it back in tune.
Well, I think we're gonna need it here, I think.
This is one of my favorite kinds of fishing, fly fishing for pike. And I love coming up early in the season, shortly after ice out, when you can sight fish. You can catch them on top waters. But this time of year, we're like mid-August, and we're actually getting towards the tail end of the season this far north. And the fish are, we're finding them scattered. That fish, how deep, Shane?
10-foot cabbage bed she was in.
Yeah, so 10-foot cabbage. We can't really see the fish until they strike the bait, but they're still responding to flies. This is a floating line. It's obviously a pretty large size, mostly synthetic fly. It's not fishing very deep. It's right up near the surface, and so when those fish grab it, it's almost like a topwater experience. You see the flash, you see the big kawoosh on the surface, and it's every bit as exciting, at least to me, as sight fishing.
We're fishing this big cabbage flat. There's a 3-foot reef drop off into a big 10-12-foot cabbage flat. These late summers, we're throwing big flies in these big cabbage beds, big baits. It's very effective on these big pike right now.
Well, it's obviously a good spot. There he
Nice
is.
hook set. You get a look at it, Steve?
Just real briefly, you know, I kind of saw the flash and the fish take off, but I couldn't really guess size. Feels good though.
Fish.
Oh, nice fish.
Very nice fish.
Yeah, nice job grabbing him too. That's not always easy to do with all those teeth flashing at you.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the big fish we saw
Nope,
back in this
it's
weed
not.
patch.
They're getting better though.
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. We'll take him
Very nice.
and hopefully get the big one.
I think she's about ready to go. See ya.
Boy, that fish was still green. You know, the tackle we're using is pretty standard stuff, but important to go about as heavy as you probably own if you fish strictly in fresh water, especially for big flies, the kind that they use up this far north during late summer, early fall. You're going to need probably a 9, even a 10 weight rod to cast them. Floating lines are still fine. We're not fishing any deeper than 10, 12 feet, and those fish will definitely respond even when a bait is just under the surface. The leader I'm using is just one tied with various strands of monofilament, so it tapers from 40-pound down to about 15-pound test. But then the important is that wire bite guard. You really need some leader material to prevent bite-offs. Might be able to get away with fluorocarbon, but I still have a lot more faith in the knottable 49-strand wire. And I'm using 20-pound test, which means you really have to look for things like this after you land a fish or two. If that gets a little kinked, nip it off and retie the fly. Otherwise, you might regret it when a big fish hits. There's
Nice.
Ooh, big fish.
Very nice.
Yeah. Ooh, that felt really good. I was rooting for him. That's first pike I've had into the backing in a while.
That's looking good.
This is a really good fish. I haven't seen her yet, but the way she's fighting. Ooh, do you see her?
Yep, that's a good one.
Holy smokes. That is a good
monster.
fish.
That is a monster.
I don't even want to guess on size, but that's big. Now you start thinking about all the leader knots and, ooh, there, oh. After seeing that, I don't even know if you want to swim in this lake.
Look at the size of that fish.
Look at that. There's something really weird. I see the fly kind of hanging. It must have slipped out. See it? Nice.
Look at that fish.
Good.
Look at the size of that fish.
Look at that fish. I'll tell you what, when this program all comes together, that's as good as it gets.
That is an absolute monster right there. They don't get any bigger than that one.
No.
My arms are shaking. My legs are shaking. Look at the size of that thing.
That is a big one. I know I'm as tired as you probably are right now, but I say we get this fish back in the water and see if we can find just one more.
What a monster.
Outstanding.
Great fish.